but she really loved all the stabby stuff. That was her favorite. That was her favorite stuff. She really got a kick out of it. We actually gave her the guillotine blade as a parting gift.
It really helped me when I was doing scenes with M3GAN, like while she was in the costume, because I'm like, since we're really close in real life and Cady and M3GAN are really close in real life, it really helped with developing a relationship with M3GAN.
What are you?
I'm M3GAN.
I feel very, very lucky, and I know that this doesn't happen often. So yes, I'm counting my blessings.
So I have to ask, was the marketing machine behind your film from the jump, or at what point did that happen?
You know, it's funny, when you make a movie, you're always your own worst critic, and you're really worried about it. And the studio were always really supportive. Both Universal and Blumhouse, were just keen on this right from the get-go. And I had heard that they really loved the dancing, and that was something that was it was a big deal for them.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? Wow. And so, and it was interesting because then, you see what they meant by that. And obviously they knew about the whole TikTok thing. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
get it. So I didn't realize that I'd planted this, this little nugget for them that they could do a lot with. So yeah, no, they were behind it from the beginning.
So since this movie was a promotional juggernaut, I would say, how much involvement did you have with that promotion?
I was consulted on everything. I'd say it was also like I was a student of marketing, of like global marketing.
Yeah.
I was I was consulted and I was giving input, but at the same time, I was careful not to overstep my boundaries because I don't know how to market movies and these guys do. So I was consulted and everything, but no, I knew it's not like when I did my first movie, it's like I was very involved in the trailer, and that kind of stuff. But I used to cut trailers. That's actually how I started. Like I used to cut TV trailers.
Really?
Kind of yeah, I love trailers and I'm really into that. But I was, but I was very happy. I was very happy with how they did it.
Yeah, the marketing machine behind this was just insane. It seemed like once it started going, there was no stopping it. I feel like I just saw it everywhere.
Exactly. And, it was that it captured just how great the internet is. And it meant that, people could get on and recut their own trailers. And, it just kept, it was like an angry cancer, but in the best possible way.
So usually the killer in a horror movie is played by someone considerably older, and young actors obviously have there's some restrictions in terms of how much they can film. And so can you talk about any of the challenges that you had with this? Because obviously the actress, Amy Donald, she obviously is much younger. And so having to talk about like, hey, we need you to stab a little harder here. You need to do this a little more violently.
Yeah, that's a good question. And it's really interesting because as a parent myself, I'm aware of what I'm now asking kids to do, and their parents are there. And even if there's cursing in the script, I'm really embarrassed, and I'm hoping that their parents have maybe just read it to them, before bed or something in a safe manner. But no, I mean, these kids are resilient, and they had she both Amy and Violet had read everything, so they knew what was going on, and it was really funny because Amy was such a cute, innocent, sweet girl, the polar opposite of M3GAN, but she really loved all the stabby stuff. That was her favorite. That was her favorite stuff. She really got a kick out of it. And we actually gave her the guillotine blade as a parting gift from set. And her mother said that she likes to play pranks. And one night she woke up at 3 a.m. and Amy was standing at the end of the bed with holding the guillotine blade. And that just showed that, her sense of humor.
That's amazing. I hope that you guys also let her take a mask home. That way she can really put the whole outfit together.
Yeah, she does. She's got the outfit and she's got several masks. Yeah.
That's awesome. So obviously there's another killer doll out in Hollywood called Chucky. And so you clearly, it seems like you wanted M3GAN to really stand on her own. And so were there any times where you were specifically trying to avoid having her do something because it would have been considered like too Chucky?
Yeah, the whole way through. like the biggest thing was just how she moves. Chucky's got this very fun kind of, like the Chucky's whole appeal is that it's like this almost Thunderbird puppet is coming to life and it's going to kill you, and that's great, and Chucky owns that space. But with M3GAN, I just wanted it to be something completely different, and so that's why M3GAN, the way she moves is so considered, and she's so still, and she's very elegant. And as much as I could, I just almost, like, the idea of Chucky went right out of my mind all the way through until the film was released, and then they were feuding, and I was. But it was great because although I was like, the whole time I was kind of being almost snobbish, because you've got to just be thinking, no, we're doing our own thing, and I don't want to think about that other thing. I don't want to be compared to it. But then when the movie comes out and people do compare her to Chucky and there's this big feud, it's just immensely flattering because he's an icon, and to have M3GAN sort of holding her own against them is great.
So do you think that we could ever possibly receive a M3GAN versus Chucky showdown?
Oh, I'm sure it's inevitable. I think that the films are so different that the tone of the films are different enough that I kind of almost see, I don't know, I'd rather see M3GAN show up in one of the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. I think we'd have more fun that way.
So M3GAN 2.0 has already been announced, and so do you intend to return to the director's chair for it?
I do. Yeah. That's the plan at the moment. And I'm in LA at the moment talking to the producers about the second one. So yeah.
Finally, I just have to say that Housebound is one of my favorite horror comedies of all time. I watch it probably every 6 months. I absolutely love it. And so I was so excited to be able to talk to you today, just so that I could tell you how much I love that movie, because I try and get the word out there about it all the time. I've showed it to so many different people.
Oh, great. It's a film that's still very dear to my heart. It took many years to make, many years to write, and many years to make. And so yeah, I'm really glad that it's just always great to hear from someone, that, because it's one of those smaller films as well. And so yeah, that's really gratifying. Thank you.
Well, and I was trying to keep an eye out, so since I obviously knew that you were involved with both, did you have any Housebound Easter eggs in M3GAN?
Yeah, only that I'll say, if you look up M3GAN's interviews, and when they ask M3GAN what her favorite film is, that was awesome. One Easter egg I managed to put in, but no, there weren't. They're so different, and I think that was a challenge as well for me. It's like, well, this is a really, obviously, this is an American movie, American accents. We got away with a lot in Housebound. Just by the cultural thing went so far for us, that made it unique. And so, so with M3GAN, I didn't have any of that to work with. But, definitely, I think the two of them share that comedy horror sensibility, and they're, it's kind of about this weird dysfunctional family, coming together. And so, yeah, it was weird at the end. I realized, actually, they are really similar in that way.
Grateful little bit.
First of all, congratulations on all of M3GAN's success. This must be some very exciting times for you.
Yes, and thank you.
I'm curious, was there any collaboration between you and the filmmakers in regards to Cady, or was it mostly shot as written?
It was a lot of it was mostly shot as written, but I feel like it was maybe a little bit of both.
Cady definitely feels like a very layered character, so I feel like you guys did a very good job with that.
Thank you.
And it seems as though you've developed quite the friendship with Amy Donald, who played M3GAN. And so I'm curious as to what was filming like between takes. Was there a lot of goofing around?
There was definitely a lot of laughter going on, because me and Allison Williams and Amy, we all got along so well. And since we had a lot of scenes with all three of us, there was always a lot of laughter going on in between takes. But it was really fun, since me and Amy became really close off set. We're like best friends like till today. We like keep in contact with each other. It really helped me when I was doing scenes with M3GAN, like while she was in the costume, because I'm like, since we're really close in real life and Cady and M3GAN are really close in real life, it really helped with developing a relationship with M3GAN.
That leads me to my next question. Did you find any difficulty with acting with M3GAN because of obviously the mask not moving?
Well, I mean, not really, because when Amy was in it, they obviously couldn't have the mouth move. She would just say it from the inside. And I just had like a real conversation with her because I was just pretending like it was like real, and I was just talking to Amy without all the M3GAN stuff. But when it was the puppet, they had they were moving her mouth, and the director Gerard would just call out her lines, which was really funny. But I just had to hold my laugh till the end of the day.
So you said that you also got close with Allison Williams. Did you find it a difficulty when filming? Because obviously your characters are supposed to be a little more distant.
Well, I mean, I didn't really find it difficult because, I mean, it's just acting. You just have to, act. And it was actually really easier becoming closer with Allison, because that way the scenes weren't awkward because we know each other, and we did rehearsal before, and we were like talking about the scenes and stuff like that. So it was never really difficult. So
you guys actually had rehearsal for this film?
Yeah, we always did rehearsals before all the scenes, but like not all in one day.
Oh, okay. That's why I was like, whoa, it's amazing. Usually you guys don't get rehearsal for horror films because they're usually so quickly done. From Haunting of Hill House to Dr. Sleep, now with M3GAN, you've made quite the name for yourself in the world of horror. So are you hoping to continue this journey in the genre, or do you have your sights set on other genres?
Well, I definitely do want to keep doing horror films. It's just, there's something so cool about being part of one, because there's a bunch of special effects, all the scary makeup, the jump scares, and it's really fun being a part of a film that like might actually scare people. But I totally want to do like other films too, any films. I would like to be part of like something with maybe my siblings would be really fun. It's always been a dream of mine. Or like I'd like to be like in a murder mystery or like a superhero movie with powers, because I think that would be really fun.
I think you would be absolutely perfect for the next Knives Out film. So hopefully we can wish that into existence. So M3GAN 2.0 has already been announced, and it seems pretty safe to assume that you'll be returning. And is there anything you're hoping to do in the sequel that you weren't able to in the first?
Well, I mean, I don't really know what's going to happen yet with M3GAN. We'll just see what she does, because we don't know anything yet. But, I'm definitely in for a surprise, because I don't know what's going to happen. But I have like a little bit of theory what M3GAN's going to do. But I feel like it'll also maybe be fun for like maybe Cady and M3GAN to be like go face to face with each other. I think that would be really fun. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what M3GAN does next.
Well, I'm rooting for you, because obviously there's a lot of parallels between M3GAN and Chucky, and you seem to be perfect as the Alex Vincent type. And if you're not aware, Alex Vincent does come back later on in the movies and really lays it into Chucky. So I'm really hoping that we can get like a full franchise out of M3GAN that then you can come back when you're older.
She sways. She slays. M3GAN Unrated.